I'm starting out with a simple collage with some papers from my stash. I love starting with collage because it's a great way to just get moving, especially when I don't really know what I'm going to do. I have some vague ideas, but it's kind of scary, and this is a great way to get me just to jump forward and get moving. And then I'll get those put down quickly with some Mod Podge. Going in with some white paint now and just filling in the gaps and bringing the whole thing together. I used my Scan and Cut to cut out a bunch of cardstock trees. I believe this is from my neighborhood art journal page quite a while back. And I just resized them to be all different sizes. And then I'm going through with some tissue paper. I picked out a bunch of greens and blues. I'm just using a little liner brush with some water, running it alongside of my paper tree, and then tearing away the tissue paper from the cardstock tree. Sometimes you're gonna see me just tearing it. I prefer to just tear it because I've got a lot of them to do. But sometimes I use this little pokey clay tool that I have that I never use for clay. You could easily cut out your own trees from any kind of thicker paper and do this same thing. I start out by doing this on top of my wax paper cover that I have on my opposite page, and it works okay, obviously you can see, but it works a lot better on glass or a hard plastic, so I found a little mat that's a little harder plastic, and that works even better. Now I'll quickly put these down with some Mod Podge. I don't really have a big plan here other than I knew I wanted to use tissue paper to make some trees, and I know I want to use some beads. So as I'm going along here, I thought, well, hey, what if we add in some metallic circles on these for just some extra interest? Luckily, I did not throw away my cardstock that I cut my trees out of, so I'm just using that with a small circle stencil on top to quickly put on some metallic paint on each of my trees. I decided to try some heavy-bodied matte gel with this syringe that I got off of Amazon. I got a package of them a while back and just have discovered them again and trying to find ways to use them. So I'm putting out some little blobs and then taking some of my beads from, I don't know what these are from. Might have been from my mom's stash. When she passed away, I inherited a lot of her art stuff. I'm trying to keep them as circles, but as you'll see, they don't always cooperate. But I still think it's a cool look. Well, this is a long ways from what I had imagined in my mind. I have used the tissue and I have used the beads, but I'm not loving where it is right now. So I'm going to take some paints. I'm kind of just using my bead colors to be my guide and putting a little bit of my darkened turquoise and my navy out, and then I'm just going to go in with a brush, some water, baby wipes, and my fingers and play around till I like it. I'm loving these colors together, and now I'm taking my trees and just loosely going around each of my trees with this acrylic marker. Not sure what I'm doing yet, but I just wanted to find my edges of my trees a little bit. I like it, but I wanted to find my edges a little bit more, so I just take some of my navy blue and a liner brush and quickly go in and edge those trees. I can't for the life of me find my video clip of where I take Liquitex gloss, a small brush, and then go over each one of my bead globs and just coat them with a good bit of that to give them a nice shine and to make sure they're sealed onto my page well. But that's what I did last. Well, that's my page. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I hope you'll join me in my next one. Bye for now.